Hello everybody, I'm happy to show you my Viking journal today. This was quite some journey. I created a Viking kit. My intention was to make a journal that is a mixture of something pretty and something you can learn from. So it's a mix of myth and facts. So I started making the signatures and I realized that it was way too much for one book. So I split it into two. What's in this book as a warrior part, and then I have this mythology part, which I have to make another book for this. I realized that this was way too much for one book, So I had to make two books out of it. And yet I had the other half that I had printed out and intended to use in the journal. This is a naked journal. I am going to sell this cheap for someone to create their own Viking journal. And maybe this one may be of some inspiration for whoever buys this one. Because I know that this will be very fat and chunky. The buyer will have to choose between mythology or warrior part. Because it looks slim, but it is 64 pages. And when you fill it with ephemera, it will be fat as this one. So I think one signature is enough. Okay. Now to the main book. I'm pretty proud of this one. I wanted to make it look old. Hello, baby. I wanted to make it look old and with a real Viking feeling. I have used faux leather, real leather, metal, linen, rust, a lot of rusty things. It can't look new and shiny when it's supposed to be old, right? I'm sorry about that cat. She's so curious. Okay, now to show you the cover, it is rusted metal, embossed, and I have a dangle at the end. This is a tassel. Oops, come on. A tassel with the Viking. This is a Viking symbol. And rusted metal, rusted chain. Also, the Viking is rusty. And besides that, I have made a book filled with, I don't know what you call it in English, runes. We call it runa. I made a tiny little bag for it, and I just made some easy little runes. It's wood, and I burnt the runa in them. Also, the closure is a brooch, Viking brooch. It's rusted. And this is leather, old vintage leather. Make it strong. I got so many ideas while I was working on this. I just eventually had to tell myself, now this is enough. This is good enough. So to begin at the end here, I created a writing board because this is very chunky, so it will be hard to write in it. Therefore, I created this board that you can put behind the pages and write without problems. It's behind a rusted cardboard piece with oh yeah, what do you call it? It's eyelets. This is a pen in real wood, a stick. I think it's very charming, and I wrote a rune on it. At the front here, you will find a little leaflet, Norse runes, and their meanings. So you can use these and see if you can find out how to tell the future and the past. And a feather, as you may know, Odin, the main god, he had 2 ravens as his eyes, and they flew around the world to find out what happened, and they went back to Odin in the evening and told him what was going on around the world. And a Viking. I don't stop when I'm tired, I stop when I'm done. There's a lot of Viking proverbs through this journal. And this is leather and rusted metal button. Coffee dye paper, no fabrics. All the pages here are from my Viking kit. All chimes are rusted. This is the Thor's hammer. Mjolnir, isn't it? Isn't that a name? A Nord is judged not by the manner in which he lived, but the manner in which he died. It was very important to the Vikings that they died with honor, so they could be let into Valhalla and join Odin at the end of the world, in the Ragnarok. I have rusted a lot of tags and embellished them and put Viking proverbs on them. This is a hidden paperclip made of a piece of leather. And of course there are Viking cards in the envelope. It's hard to open them all when I have to hold the book like this. I put burlap on the edges, or some of the edges. Leather, and I burnt a rune in it, and a little cluster with a very old book page I used here and there on the embellishments, and of course metal, and another rusted tag. And this is real rust, like it's on the cover here, right? It's not made by paint or something like that. It's the real rusting process. I made a lot of cards with information about various gods and signs. But that's where you get the facts, really. And some are just pictures. And of course, rusted tag with burlap. Burlap is going through the whole book here. It's also covered on the inside with burlap. Rusted charms. This is a Viking axe. Viking proverb and rusted tag. And of course the ravens. More fact card and a Viking prayer. And Viking proverb. Warriors don't show their heart until the axe reveals it. And there's a lot of writing space in it. Another hidden paperclip made from leather and rusted metal. This is an envelope tag holder and tag card, or I don't know what to call it. This is some fact about berserkers. The berserkers, Berserk, they were crazy warriors. We don't really know why they were so crazy, but they had no fear. They were just insane. So that's why we have a saying about people going berserk. It comes from this. Leather pocket with burnt runes in it, and a rusty tag with a rune, and then embellished. This is also a proverb. A leader should be silent, thoughtful, and bold in battle. Every man should be both cheerful and generous until his death finds him. And this is in Old Norse and translated to modern language here. Also Viking symbols on the pages. I made some hidden paper clips with rusted charms on them. And this is Valhalla, where the brave warriors were taken when they died on the battlefield. And here they waited with Odin and the other warriors for the end of the world, Ragnarok. There's a little fact about Valhalla, what they thought Valhalla was like, here. And you can also write on the back of the page, of course. Make it as a journaling space. I'll fix this later. And also some rusted charms in the middle of the signature. It's a shield maiden, and they actually existed. They have found a skull of a female warrior in a grave with a lot of weapons. So she was a girl who in her 20s, and she died on the battlefield as a shield maiden. I'm sorry, I just needed my Tiny little latte. And some fact cards about Gugnir, the magical spear of Odin as a weapon. And a Viking proverb: stand by your own trial and not by what others say. So I'm trying to make this book a little encouraging and motivating as well, because the Vikings had a lot of motivating sayings. The troll cross is a Viking sign, and I made some wax seals with the Vegvisir sign on them. So the Viking theme is really going through the whole book. I made a leaflet with another rusted metal button and the rusted metal charms and the Vegvisir sign. And just, it's just a leaflet behind a rusted piece of cardboard. Another envelope. This one is magnetic. There's a magnet in the envelope here. And it's a poem about being a female warrior. About the sign, the helm of Ave and Terror. The Vegvisir, it's a Viking compass. And a rusted tag with a pewter button. And in here it should be a fact sheet, if I don't remember wrong. Yes, fact sheet about Vikings and myths debunked. A little card with a Viking proverb: stubbornness brings either greater humiliation or greater honor. And in here is a card for journaling with a hammer on. And same here, a card, a rusted card for journaling. Great deeds and ill deeds often fall within each other's shadow. Leather pocket with metals and rusted tags with proverbs on them. I hope I am in frame. Oh, holy moly. I haven't really checked out. I'll fix it afterwards. Not easy to do with one hand. This is a raven again. And Viking symbol metal beads. And this is a fact sheet about Ragnarok. I have no idea how you pronounce it in English, so I just say it away. It's said up here. And 5 keys to being a good warrior, a Viking. Rusted tag. And then it's the pen and the writing board. And you close it with this brooch, like this. I hope you liked it. I'll put it out on my Etsy as well, and you will find both the naked one, which is a budget book, and you have to create it yourself. You just get the cover and a Viking signature. All the embellishments must be made by the buyer. Make it yours. And then it's the complete one. I haven't finished the mythology book yet. I'll do that later. It could take weeks with me. I'm such a slow crafter and I get all these new ideas all the time. So it comes when it comes. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.